just want to give you a bit of a perspective of what church will look like moving forward. Again, we're interested to see what this new season looks like as we live as a church who meets in multiple locations in multiple sizes, moving forward to continue to fulfill Jesus' particular vision for us as a congregation. The first thing I want to say is if you haven't yet filled out the survey, I would encourage you to watch the video and to fill out the survey connected to it so that we can have a clear sense of where you're at as a household, whether you want to continue to experience church from home or whether you want to be a part of the in-building experience. Also, there's been about 15 people that have partially filled out the survey but not totally finished it. And the problem with that is the very last part of the survey includes your name and contact information, and so we don't actually know who you are, and so we don't know how to follow up with you on what your hopes and dreams and desires for the service would be. So if you're having trouble filling out the survey or you haven't heard from us yet, I would encourage you to contact the office, whether you call us or email us or whatever. Just let us know what your thoughts are so we can fill in the gaps of where you're currently at. So for Sunday morning, if you're planning to attend, I'm out here in the parking lot to give you a sense of what's going on. But this is our new foyer, the broad, beautiful expanse of this upper part of our parking lot. It's soft-ish, smooth, and will be lovely. And so if you're coming to the service, I'd encourage you to connect here, mill in a socially distanced fashion with the people you'd like to connect with ahead of the service. We'll have Norma out here on Sunday if it's pouring rain. We'll have Norma out here underneath an umbrella, which she'll be so excited to connect with you. Also, if you don't want to come out if it's raining, feel free to wait in your vehicle. We'll open the doors to the building about 10 minutes before the service starts, just to make sure things are relatively smooth and how things work out. So let's kind of come as we talk about that. So as you'll be arriving, I'd encourage you again just to hang out here, chat with some people, talk, connect, kind of move forward. Then you'll be headed into the beautiful expanse of the building that I'm sure you've been missing for so long. And head across the street and trying to get hit by any vehicles as we move along. As you come in through the door, there'll be an usher who will greet you in the non-standard fashion. Usually the ushers would shake your hands and connect with you, but there'll be an usher who will be waiting to connect with you just inside the doors here. The usher will have an attendance list to make sure that we know who is in the building for each service. They're going to connect with you about here. They'll check off your name. If you're not on the list and there is an opening in the service, they'll take your name and some kind of contact information so we can connect with you. Then after you've done that, you'll be able to freely head on into the sanctuary. One of the things you'll notice being the first changes is that the building is sort of shrunk down. So the areas of the building that are available to you are the sanctuary, the foyer here, the downstairs bathrooms, and if you need a nursing room to change a diaper or to nurse a baby, that will take place in the youth pastor's office. And again, we'd encourage you to kind of wipe the area down after you've finished using it from that point in time. Again, after you are kind of signed in here in the foyer, we'd like to invite you to head on into the sanctuary. The sanctuary will look and feel a little bit different. We have some interesting stuff going on here these days. It's going to look maybe more somewhat like this. We'll have a set of seats for you. There'll be a name on each seat so that you know which seats to go to, where you'll be sitting for the particular service. We'll be seated kind of in various spaces around the room. So you're not going to have to get too close to anybody. You're not going to feel crushed in any particular way, shape, or form. Also, if this is the fun part for me. If you are late for the service, if you're more than 5 minutes late and someone else is showing up for the service and they'd like to attend, we're going to go in kind of like a standby way, like an airline. And so if you're more than 5 minutes late, we will give your seat away to somebody else if they're there. And personally, I think this is kind of fun because this is my unique way of actually making you show up to church on time for the first time ever for some of you. So it'll be good. It'll be fun. Also, if a new family shows up for the service, we want to give them an opportunity to connect in and to find a way to do that. And so if someone comes to church who's new and would like to come in, we will ask if anyone in the service would be willing to give up their seat for the new family to be able to attend that service and connect into that as well. So the service will take place in here. We'll do things somewhat like normal. Again, there won't be a greeting time. There won't be an offering plate that's passed around. Those kinds of things. There won't be that same flow. After the service is done, we'll have about 10 minutes for you to enjoy the space. Then we'll need to move back out to the parking lot foyer because again, this room will need to be cleaned in between each service for the next service coming in. This is particularly crucial between the 9:15 and the 11 o'clock service because we don't have a lot of time to make that transition, and so we're going to need to make a fairly rapid transition in order to facilitate the cleaning of this room and the rest of the building before the next group comes in. Also, if you would like to attend a different service than you're signed for, again, some of you are in the 6:30 service, and again, I think the 6:30 service is going to be fun. That's when we were attending as a family. But for some of you, again, you want to be in during the live worship experience. If you'd like to attend a different service or more services than you're currently signed up for, there is a waiting list in the office that you can connect with us, and we'll put you on the waiting list. And also, if you know you're going to be away on a particular week, if you can let us know ahead of time, it also gives us the opportunity to let someone into the service who would like to attend that service that won't otherwise have the opportunity to do so. So it kind of gives you a bit of a perspective of what the in-service experience will be. The second part of this is the pod sort of life, which is people watching from home. Again, your pod could be your household that you sort of watch with on a weekly basis, or your pod could be your expanded circle. And again, we're encouraging you to recognize that we are now a church that meets in multiple locations in multiple sizes, and so the at-home viewing experience is as much a part of the life of the church as being a part of sitting here in this room to engage with it. And so to facilitate that, we're going to try a few things. First of all, there'll be a pre-service chat that will happen 15 minutes ahead of time or 20 minutes ahead of time, so at 10:40. A couple of us will jump on the live feed and we'll start to talk to you a bit, connect with you. If you let us know that you're attending, we can give you a shout out and connect with you and just chat a little bit, those kind of things. And then also following the 11 o'clock service, I'll stay on the feed for about 20 minutes, half an hour, depending how much interest there is, just to be able to connect with you a bit on what the service is like, any questions you have about the sermon, just to process a bit of those ideas together. We're also going to give you 4 discussion points per week that you can talk through with your household or your expanded circle on the content of the service, any thoughts you've got about moving forward and what that might look like for you. And we also just want to encourage you to continue to create spaces of meaningful community around these things. And so whether you maintain that just within your household or if you expand that into your broader circle, to feel and know and experience that sense of belonging as a part of the life of the church moving forward, whether you're watching in the building or at home as well. So again, it's a different season for all of us. There's some unique challenges in this, and for all of us, we're recognizing that and we're working that through. We want to really live this season open and available to whatever it is that God is doing, the ways that He wants to shape us and mold us and transform us to be more like His Son. And I really believe that there are some unique avenues and areas for growth that we can experience in this season that we could not experience in any other. And Jesus knows exactly what He's doing. He continues to take everything, even things that are intended for evil, and He reworks them and uses them for good. And so as a church, we want to live open and available with our posture fully surrendered to Jesus to receive from Him whatever it is that He wants to give to us, and just to faithfully pursue Him and live life as a community in whatever form that looks like. Again, if you've got questions or comments or concerns about this or other ideas that might help us do this more effectively, we'd love to hear from you. All of this is kind of like one big, massive experiment at this particular point in time. And I'm just so grateful that we as a community get to walk through this season together. So again, I love you, I'm praying for you, and just excited to see how God will continue to move us forward in the days ahead.